Hi everyone, it's Roger here from What's On at disneyplus.com. In today's Disney Plus News update, I'm going to be talking about some removals from Disney Plus. Also going to be talking about a special version of Hamilton and much more. But before we go any further, make sure you do hit that subscribe button to keep up with the latest Disney Plus news. Okay, let's kick off with some bad news, because earlier this month Disney revealed that they were going to be removing some more content from its streaming services around the world, which includes Disney Plus, Hulu and Star Plus. They were looking to remove around about $400 million worth of content. This was in addition to the $1.5 billion worth of content that they removed last month, which included shows like Willow, The Mysterious Benedict Society, and Big Shot. So obviously with these removals coming up, we knew something's going to get removed. Yesterday I spoke about the fact that they were going to be removing about half a dozen or so Turkish Disney Plus originals, and well, today we have seen a few more releases, but it is nowhere near the same number as stuff that got removed last month. So jumping into what has been removed from the Disney Plus side of things, there's two major things that have been removed. First off is More Than Robots. This was a documentary that came out I think it was last year, and it was all about them trying to build robots. I'm going to be honest, it was a little bit of a disappointing documentary because it was kind of filmed during COVID, and then the story just kind of went nowhere because nothing really happened in it. So I actually thought this documentary had been removed last month. So I was surprised actually to discover that it hadn't been, but it is gone now. But the big one really is Crater. That's right, the movie they only added to Disney Plus about 6 weeks ago has now been removed. And it's a real shame because I thought it was a real solid film. I thought it was good. But yeah, they've removed it. I mean, it's literally been 6-7 weeks. Yeah, it obviously massively underperformed on Disney Plus in terms of viewership, which is a shame because I thought it was good. It probably was quite expensive to make with special effects and stuff, even though you could see it had a little bit of a smaller budget. This probably would have been a great film to put out in cinemas, but they didn't do that. Obviously, they put it out on Disney Plus. So that was the big new kind of film that they've removed. And I definitely say, any film or series that underperforms is at risk of being written off going forward. I'll be honest, I'll be surprised if World's Best doesn't get removed at some point soon, because that one doesn't look like that one's done a lot of viewers as well, but we're going to have to wait and see. But if you haven't, basically, if you want to watch something when it comes out, try and watch it as fast as you can. It shouldn't have to do this, but generally, especially if there's rumors or discussions or it's just not doing well in terms of viewership, yeah, I think we're going to have to get used to the concept that failed originals are likely to get removed as tax write-offs because they can just save money that way. I mean, I'm hoping that as they release less originals and better quality originals, we might see this happening less. But those are the big ones, in addition to those Turkish originals that got removed. There was also two other new shows that got removed: The Company You Keep and Alaska Daily. Now, they were removed from Hulu in the US and on Disney Plus around the world. Now, The Company You Keep hasn't even arrived here in the UK. It's not supposed to arrive until next month. I doubt it's even going to arrive now. But yeah, it's been removed from Canada and Hulu. And yeah, Alaska Daily, I did watch a couple episodes. I thought it was okay, but I just couldn't really get into it, and then viewership was low, and then it got cancelled. And to be honest, again, if a show gets cancelled after one season, it is going to be very likely that it's going to end up getting removed. So yeah, so the removals I don't think are as bad as the last time, because in terms of most shows, most people are probably not going to have seen the Turkish originals. But I think just removing Crater after this amount of time is just insane. I mean, it just seems like you spend all that money and you've written it off already. You've really not even allowed it to kind of get momentum. You know, sometimes films don't automatically take off, but Disney really didn't give that one a lot of chance, which is a shame. But yeah, so hopefully this might be the end of the removals in terms of bulk ones. I can't imagine there's much left on Disney Plus original. We are going to see some stuff being removed from Hulu later this year, probably ahead of the one app experience with Disney Plus coming in later. Although that's going to be happening for them to save some money. But that's a little bit different to these removals. But yeah, I would say from now on, every quarter, I think we are going to see some removals at some point to try and save some money. But yeah, really disappointing. But let me know, are you going to miss Crater? Let me know in the comments below. And this is definitely a case of an instance where it would have been nice to have had this film available on physical or on digital for people to be able to purchase. But nevertheless, let me know what you think of this in the comments below. Moving on from there, let's now talk about Reservation Dogs, which is going to be returning for a 3rd season in August. It's been confirmed for the beginning of August for Hulu. I suspect it will then arrive on Disney Plus around the world at a later date. The first 2 seasons have been released as Star Originals on Disney Plus. Unfortunately, it has been confirmed by the creator that it will not be returning for a 4th season. It's coming to an end. Kind of full explanation stuff, you'll find the link below. It's a shame, again, this series coming to an end. I have enjoyed it. I've been enjoying watching it and looking forward to this 3rd season. But sometimes I think after 3 seasons, you know, we're in that territory now, especially with streaming shows. Anything going beyond 3 seasons is pretty good. Doesn't necessarily mean this one's going to get removed, because it's a different problem than shows kind of coming to an end. But hopefully, you know, when this one drops, everyone checks it out. But at least now we know ahead of that 3rd season that it's not going to be returning for a 4th. But did you enjoy Reservation Dogs? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Shifting gears now, let's now talk about how Disney is going to be re-releasing some of its classic films in cinemas for its 100th anniversary, starting in early July, going through till the end of October. It's going to be releasing a number of different films, including Pirates of the Caribbean, Toy Story, Frozen, Beauty and the Beast, Incredibles, Coco, The Lion King and Moana. So if you've never seen any of them in cinemas and want to watch them on the big screen, this is going to be a perfect opportunity. Also just a good way of bringing in some extra cash while maybe there's not as many films coming out. I think this is a good idea for Disney to do these re-releases. You know, it costs them not much to do so, and if you're excited about some of these films, I think there's going to be some really popular ones in there. I think like Moana and Frozen and stuff. I think this is a cool thing. But yeah, I mean, whether or not this, I mean, the fact they're only doing one at a time and only for limited for 2 weeks, I think is a good thing. But let me know, are you going to be watching these on Disney Plus? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. I'm not expecting these to be removed off Disney Plus like they did with Avatar. I think that would be, well, that would be really bad, and I think that would, yeah, that would cause them a lot of PR nightmares if they did that. So I'm not expecting them to do the same thing, because they're not been touched up or changed in any way like Avatar or Titanic was. These are just going to be just re-released as normal. So I wouldn't worry about that, but I would just put that in there that I'm not expecting them to do that, because yeah, that would be crazy if they did that. It would be a nightmare for PR. Right, also let's talk about what's new on Disney Plus today. So Disney announced a surprise release for today for obviously it's Independence Day weekend. They've released a sing-along version of Hamilton, so you can watch that one around the world. So if you're celebrating this weekend, you can watch that one. I know a lot of people sort of say, well, can't you just put up subtitles and it's the same? It is, but it's a cheap, easy way of filling out. And basically, Disney want you to go see Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, and I would suggest you do go watch that one because it's really good. I enjoyed it. But yeah, so that is the main one. Now let's talk about our comment of the day. Nick said, at the end of the day, I believe they will make the one app experience so strong that the removals maybe become understandable, but they haven't yet removed anything yet that I will miss. And I think that is the key thing with these removals is some people look at them and everything, you know, to them, you know, they want everything on Disney Plus as like a collection, like a library, and therefore are upset when things aren't on there, and I think that's understandable. And there's other people as well that might watch it once and be like, yeah, I'm not going to watch it again. There's also going to be some people that look at them and, well, I didn't watch it the first time round, and that's why they're deleting them. Yeah, I'm definitely in the camp of I probably wouldn't have watched any of the removals again. I do think with the films it's a little bit different. There's much more on the chance of being able to do rewatches. I don't really like the removals. I think it's on bad form. I think it sets a bad idea that, you know, you've got to, that things could get removed. It means that people don't get as connected to new content because they're worried about it being removed. We've seen that a lot with Netflix, where people won't get in until it's been out for a few seasons, at which point they cancel it. But yeah, we're in a different zone now for TV shows. We're not getting the days of getting 16, 17, 18, 19 seasons of shows are long gone. We're not getting anywhere near that nowadays. But yeah, it is disappointing. I do think once the one app experience, which is basically they're going to be putting Hulu into Disney Plus, and I suspect they'll be putting ESPN Plus as an add-on as well in there, so you can watch it all in one system. And therefore, that is, you really are going to notice. I mean, just in terms of like how Disney Plus is for me here in the UK with having the Star tab, there's so much more content. There's stuff being added in all the time. You don't really notice, you know, if one or two titles goes, you aren't going to see it the same way. Whereas obviously in the US at the minute, there's so little on there. They take a film off from the originals tab, it's much more noticeable. And also you're just going to have more choice. And I think things are going to be much more kind of on and off, like we're used to seeing with Hulu. It's just, with Disney Plus. We've just kind of, it's all going to go through a bit of a change. And I think internationally as well, when Hulu gets brought into Disney Plus, it's hopefully going to just change how Disney operates as a whole with Disney Plus. I'm hoping it's going to be a lot better. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching. Make sure you go check us out over at whatsondisneyplus.com. This coming weekend on Sunday, we'll be doing the normal Q&A, and obviously next week we'll be back with normal news. If there is no news, there might not be an episode, maybe on Monday or Tuesday, depending on with everything going on with Independence Day. But if you are celebrating in the US, have a great time. And on that note, guys, thank you very much. See you guys later.